I'll tell you, there's 10 or 20 scenes from movies that I'll never forget as long as I live. I'm so glad that that's the scene that the festival chose to show. I'm sure it's not easy for you to watch it, but that scene is just so powerful. I'm curious to know what your reaction was when you saw the finished film for the first time and saw specifically that scene, and which is one shot on you.
Yeah, I mean, wow, yeah, I remember just like it was, it was just at first it was just like really jarring and bizarre in general, just to like see myself on a screen, and that was already kind of surreal. But then I wasn't expecting to be able to detach from the fact that it was myself and just like just be a part of the story and a part of this girl's journey. And I remember it's still very emotional for me every time I watch it, even just like listening to it here. It was very intense, like shooting it, and every time I watch it, because I mean, it's just unfortunately such a universal experience for a lot of women.
Mhm. Between that scene and then there's a moment where we see your character punching her pregnant stomach. I mean, there's a lot in this film that is so heartbreaking to watch. What are your remembrances of kind of what your mindset was filming this? And this is the first time that you're a musician. This is the first time that you've acted. So what do you recall the experience being like for you on the set?
Um, I mean, like in general, I mean, everything was new to me, and it was a little overwhelming and kind of terrifying to just dive into this like incredibly new medium like that. But like there was it was important to me. I felt like I was carrying a lot of weight. I mean, just like, growing up being socialized as a woman and the experiences that come with that and the sort of inherent and generational traumas that are attached to that. And it's like you carry not only that pain, but like the pain of the women in your life and all the people that you know. And it just felt like when I read this script and when I got the opportunity to be a part of this, um, I felt just very much invested into it, and I felt like something I really, really just had and wanted to do.
And we should tell people that you've won honors from the New York Film Critics Circle and the National Board of Review for this performance. So it makes me so happy that people have responded to it, which is ironic because my understanding is that, well, so Eliza Hittman, the writer director, she's someone that you had met years ago, just kind of in passing, and she began following you on Facebook, and she kind of wrote the character of Autumn with you in mind, and then approached you after looking at some other people's casting tapes. She wanted the real deal. She wanted you, but from my understanding, you didn't write her back on Facebook, at least at first. Is that true? Were you not convinced it was legit, or what was going on?
No, so like I got an email from her partner, Scott Cummings, originally, because he was the one that I mostly remember meeting back when I was 14. It's a very long story, but in short, like he reached out to me and I mean like I it just didn't see, it's like I think when you grow up in a very working class family and then you end up kind of in the same place because it's kind of hard to work out of that. I was just working in a grocery store and living with like four roommates and playing in a band. And so getting this email, it just seemed like, it was hard to almost feel like it was real or that I was deserving of it because it's hard to think outside of your reality sometimes. And so it's sort of scary. And but then I decided, like, no, like it would be really stupid to not try, so yeah, I just kind of took the leap of faith and decided to go for it.
I'm so glad you did. And I love that we get to hear you sing. What's Autumn's stage presence like that as we see in the movie compared to your actual stage presence?
Definitely with like Autumn, it's a little more like restrained. She's a little more shy with it, you know, like she definitely mostly plays in her bedroom for herself type of thing. Like whereas like I've been performing since I was like 16 out at, you know, cafes and bars and whoever would take me for a while. So I'm definitely a little more like outward and extroverted with my performances.
That's great. Well, again, congratulations, and we're so glad that you're part of this evening tonight. So thank you, Sidney Flanigan. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.